going to talk about why I decided to do a YouTube channel. So a few people have asked me why I started the YouTube channel, and I thought that would make quite a nice video, jumping on and discussing what it was that made me want to do a YouTube channel. There are personal reasons and business reasons as well. So what I'll do is I will run through my personal reasons first, and then I'll go through the business reasons. So my first reason for doing the YouTube channel is basically for the love of YouTube. It has helped me in many ways, particularly during COVID. So when the lockdowns were happening and everybody was told to stay at home and we couldn't go out shopping and things, I found that really tough because when I do have a good day and I can get out of the house, charity shop shopping is something that I really enjoy. And obviously during lockdown, all the charity shops were closed, so it was impossible to do that. And the only way that I could enjoy that was going on YouTube, and there are hundreds of people that have filmed themselves shopping in the charity shops, thrifting, looking for vintage, looking for clothing, and watching those videos brought me a lot of joy. And it was like being able to shop in the charity shops but from the comfort of your own home. So that's something that kind of sparked the idea for me. So my second reason for starting a YouTube channel is creativity. So this is something that I've done since I was a child. I've always been creative. I like to cut and stick and fix and do all the things. And creativity really kind of helps my mental health as well, helps me to stay well. And YouTube is another creative outlet. So creating content, I love the whole process from start to finish. I'm really enjoying learning about editing, how I can add things in, how I can make it more interesting for my viewers. And yeah, it's just another way of being able to use my creative skills and create something that will last forever. In relation to creativity, YouTube really supported me with my jewellery making. So when I first started, there were a lot of techniques and things that I didn't know how to do, and YouTube is just like this huge library of information, and it's been amazing. I've been able to look up other crafters and creators and small businesses, watch their tutorials, learn how to do things, and it's really supported me as a handmade business. And my final reason for starting a YouTube channel, which is probably the most important to me, was for health reasons. I was diagnosed 8 years ago with a chronic illness, and it completely turned my world upside down, as you can imagine. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but I will put the name up here, and I'll also list the symptoms, because if I was to list them all now, it'd take me forever. It is a fluctuating condition, so symptoms come and go, they fluctuate in severity. I have good days and bad days. So when you see my videos, they're usually my good days, when I've got the energy to be able to film and edit and piece these things together. And I decided last year that I was going to go self-employed, and that was to support my health. Being self-employed means that I can work around my bad days. So I work when I have the energy. I understand my body really well and my condition, and I know when I can work and when I should be resting. So being self-employed means that I can manage my time and my energy a lot better, which is brilliant. I can work from home, which works really well for me. So doing a YouTube channel is really good because it supports my self-employment, and also it helps capture my good days, and it's helping me to document my journey really from becoming self-employed, being a small business owner, and using YouTube as a tool. Which takes me on to the business reasons for doing a YouTube channel. As I mentioned before, I went self-employed in August last year, so just coming up to a year. And I used to work for a charity part-time. They were really good. They were flexible. They recognised the condition and understood that adjustments could be made and that I could work from home, which was fantastic. However, it was still 2 full days, so 2 8-hour days, and I was just finding that I just couldn't manage anymore. There were days when migraines were creeping in, which is always for me a sign that I've done too much, that my energy levels are really low and that I need to stop and rest. And when you're right in the middle of a working day, it's not you know, practical to just go, oh right, I need to stop now, down tools, and just rest for the rest of the day. So I decided, after, you know, long chats with my partner, we kind of talked all about the positives and the negatives, and decided that the positives outweighed the negatives, and that self-employment would be a lot better for me, would help me to manage my condition a lot better. So in terms of business, YouTube is really good for promotion. So I'm using YouTube to be able to highlight all the things that I do. So the buying of the vintage and selling the vintage jewellery, the fact that I have an Etsy shop as well as an eBay store, I have a website, and these are all things that I can promote using YouTube, which is fantastic. Plus I get to show you all the things that I found, all the jewellery, all the goodies, and that's something that I really enjoy doing as well. So it's kind of business and pleasure mixed together. I'm also hoping to diversify my income. So as the old saying goes, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. I want to make sure that I have different income streams, so that when there are times that I'm not so well and I can't be as active, I have certain income streams that can tick along without me having to do very much but still generate an income. Some people call those passive, but they're not really passive. There is, you know, you've got to put all the work in to start with to create those opportunities. For example, I do some digital downloads over on Etsy, so I have 2 Etsy shops, and the digital downloads take a lot of work to create and upload and to list, but once they're there, it's quite passive in the respect that people buy those downloads and I don't have to physically do anything. It's an instant purchase, which is fantastic. So I am hoping, fingers crossed, that I can monetize the YouTube channel, and it's really good in terms of a challenge, so being able to push myself, because this is completely new to me, filming and editing and all of that. It's really good to have goals and things to work towards. So for example, with the subscribers, every time I hit a new milestone, I'm celebrating that, because to me that's a win. That is fantastic, and it means that the community that I'm building is growing as well, which is awesome. So my next reason for starting a YouTube channel for business is to document my journey. So showing you how things are going with the business, sharing my goals and things that I'd like to achieve. And I want that to be something that I can look back on in time and think, you know, this is where I started, these are all the things that I've done along the way, and this is where I am now. I also want to be accountable. I want to make sure that I am planning ahead, that I have goals that I want to achieve, that I am generating an income, which is really important to support myself and my family. So this is Torvi Dog, our little rescue dog. Just wanted to come and say hello. You're very hot, aren't you? It's very, very warm today. I think we're going to get a bit of a thunderstorm in the early hours, so that should freshen everything up and make everything a little bit cooler, because we haven't been sleeping very well, have we? And my final reason for starting a YouTube channel is to build a community, because being self-employed and working from home can be quite lonely. There's nobody there to push or encourage or motivate you. You've got to do all of that for yourself, which on some days, you know, that's quite easy. I'm quite a motivated individual, but on other days, sometimes, you know, I need things in place that are gonna push me and encourage me. I'm really keen and excited to be meeting like-minded people, so being able to share information, and that's already happening, which is absolutely amazing. I've got people who are getting in touch and saying, oh, have you been here, have you tried these shops, have you tried shopping here, giving me tips and things, letting me know about vintage jewellery that I've bought. If I don't know what it is, people are leaving comments and letting me know, which is fantastic. So I'm getting to learn something, and hopefully from sharing the things that I've purchased and my knowledge, I'm also helping other people to learn, and maybe sparking their interest in vintage and reselling. So far so good. We're just about to hit 300 subscribers, which is amazing. So like I say, that community is building, which is lovely. And fingers crossed I can make it all the way up to 500 subscribers to start with, and then the next goal after that will be the 1,000 subscribers and beyond, which would be absolutely amazing.